Who would have thought a young girl's numbers would turn out to be a prophecy of disaster? It all began decades ago, when a school organized a time capsule project. During a special ceremony, the capsule was buried with contributions from the students. 50 years later, under the watchful eyes of faculty and students, the capsule was unearthed. Among the items distributed, Jack's son received a strange sheet filled with handwritten numbers. Back home, Jack didn't pay it much attention. He casually set his wine glass on the paper. The pressure left a watermark, revealing hidden imprints beneath the numbers. Something about the sequence caught Jack's eye. To his shock, one set of numbers matched the date and coordinates of the 9/11 attacks. Digging deeper, Jack realized that every cluster of digits corresponded to a major disaster in recent history. If the pattern was real, that meant the girl who wrote these numbers had somehow predicted the future. But the most terrifying discovery was yet to come. The final 3 sets of numbers didn't refer to past events, they pointed to the future. According to the numbers, 81 people were going to die the next day. Jack stayed glued to the news the following morning, but nothing happened. No reports, no headlines, just a torrential downpour outside. He had to pick up his son from school, but shortly after leaving, he got caught in a massive traffic jam. Then something clicked. A set of digits he hadn't been able to decipher turned out to be coordinates. He was right near the location of the next disaster. Jack jumped out of his car to ask what was going on, but just as he began speaking to a traffic officer, the cop suddenly turned and ran. Jack looked up, an out-of-control plane was falling from the sky. It crashed in front of him in a fiery explosion. Later that day, the news confirmed 81 people dead, just like the numbers had predicted. Determined to find the truth, Jack began searching for the girl who had written the code, but she was long gone. His only lead was her daughter, known as Jenny. When Jack approached her and explained everything, she wanted nothing to do with him. He warned her that another 170 people would die the next day, but she fled with her children. The next day, Jack went to a subway station, hoping to stop the next tragedy. But before he could react, a train came barreling through the platform. The disaster unfolded just as predicted. 170 people lost their lives. Jack survived and returned home, only to find Jenny waiting for him. This time, she was willing to listen. Together, they traveled to the old cabin where Jenny's mother had once lived. Beneath the floorboards, they discovered the final part of the message. The numbers ended with 2 letters, EE, a code for Earth extinction. The prediction was clear. All of humanity would perish on October 19th. Desperate to prevent the apocalypse, Jack returned to the school and removed the door with the final sequence etched on it. Jenny couldn't understand what he was doing, but Jack had begun piecing together the prophecy. Then, everything fell into place. The final location pointed back to Jenny's mother's cabin. Jack rushed outside. Jenny and the children were gone. While Jenny wasn't watching, dark figures took the children. She chased after them, but never made it. Jack followed his instincts and found the kids, right where he feared. The black-clad figures were there too. A spaceship descended from the sky. They weren't human. They were aliens. The numbers had been their warning. One humanity failed to heed. It was too late. Only a few could be saved, to carry on the future. Jack watched as his son was taken. Then he went home. And with his remaining loved ones, he waited for the end.